Hi, my name's Tom. I play running back for the Manchester Titans adult contact team, and this is my player profile. Really? So originally I was playing normal football or soccer for my local team, and they were just absolutely terrible. And it was around that time that I was watching the NFL on the TV, and my dad saw an advert for the Manchester Titans youth team, and we went down to a trial session, and ever since then I've played. So I've been playing for about 7 years now. Yeah, so I remember my first session, skinny little me, rocked up, and had no clue what I was doing. And then from that day, I just kind of found my position, which was running back. Worked my way up from the youth team, managed to become the starter. I remember the first tournament of actually being a starter. That was a very cool experience. Um, and then I just continued to play. I finished out my 2 years at youth. I then had a junior season at Manchester as well. And that was around the time when I got selected for the GB under-19 squad. Ended up playing 2 games. I had the game against France and the game against Norway. Then, post those games, I went to the NFL Academy. I was very lucky to kind of have a year there and kind of grow a lot. And then, I mean, that was always the only team I was ever going to come back to was Manchester. So, after my time at the academy, came back to Manchester. Obviously, had the COVID year. Played that season, and then here we are now after recovering from a meniscus tear and then finishing off the season this year. I mean, it's pretty obvious, isn't it? It's the best team in the country. There's honestly, I've been very blessed to say that I played at multiple different levels, like say the GB squad, the NFL Academy, and obviously Manchester. And I honestly don't think there's anywhere else better for football than Manchester. The coaches, they give everything. The sessions, they're all planned ahead of time. You never have to worry about, if I come to training, are we going to have enough people there today so you can have a contact session. And genuinely, the way it is ran is probably the best I've seen. And like I said, it was ran really well at the academy, but equally, maybe if not better, here at Manchester. As well, just the atmosphere. It's not hard. It's everyone's dedicated, but we have fun, and that's what I really like about it. It's not always super serious. You know, you're gonna go there and you're gonna have a laugh with your friends. However, you're also going to get work done, and that was kind of shown from this season, from the start of the season, and from last season in the COVID year. We had fun, but we won games. We were always serious. So I think that's why Manchester. Honestly, would have to be the National Championship game, mainly because I had spent 8 months out from the meniscus tear, like having surgery and having to rehab and just spending so long away from the sport. You know, as an injured player coming back, you always have those kind of ideas in your head of, am I the same person I used to be? Am I going to be as good as I used to be? And, you know, those 2 games, the National Championship game, you know, I guess especially you're going against the defence like London, you know, who's, you know, known to be really good. It kind of allowed me to go, oh, no, I've still got it. I'm still good. And yeah, that's really was my favourite game. I just put everything on the line, and I was just able to go, you know, I'm still good. I've still got this, and I still can play in the future. I'd probably say Cade. Especially as a running back, you know, the first few seconds of finding that hole and running through it is everything. And whenever you're up against Cade, there's always that part in your mind where it's always like, is he going to be in the backfield? Is this play going to be disruptive before I even be able to show what I've got or make any yards? So 100% Cade is just too annoying to play against sometimes. It has to be the end towards winning the national championship. You know, I just came out, my shoulder was a bit damaged, and it was just when we were stood on the sideline and George got the interception and was running it back. It was that kind of moment where we were like, we've won it, we've done this, and the whole you could see, this crowd, they were, going mental. The sideline was going mental. It was just that moment where we're like, we've done it. So I think that has to be the specific moment. No, it's definitely really cool. Especially going from the under-19 program and then kind of being able to come into the senior and then establish myself as a player again. It's like really what you want to see, especially again from that injury. Unfortunately, because of that injury, I was pushed back into the 100-man, and once I came back, being announced or being told that I was going to be brought back into 75 was really cool. It was one of those parts in the last year where it was like, yeah, you've still got it, you can still play. So yeah, it's a really good opportunity, and I'm representing my country. So yeah, nothing bad about it. Max, has to be Max. I mean, we've gone through the kind of the youth setup and the junior setup together, and we kind of look at ourselves this season, and we still have that same friendship. And yeah, he's just my favourite guy on the team. He has to be. He's my boy. Ooh, maybe Sam Penfold. We always have a little chat, and we love it. And I think he's gonna be crushed when I go. Max is my favourite. Winrow. Oh my lord, Winrow. And he knows it as well. Like, it's not even just at our practice. The amount of people I've heard gone, "Oh, this guy, shut up," and he just chirps. I love that element to him. I do. I find it so hilarious. But yeah, he can be annoying. But Sam. Player-wise, it's Sam for sure. To be a quarterback and to put as much time into reading defenses, understanding our own playbook, there's no one smarter than him in my opinion. Probably Fresh. But it's just some of this stuff, like, yeah, can't even expand about Fresh. Oh, probably Kinsey. I think whenever he's around, we always laugh, and everyone is involved. So yeah, Kinsey for sure. Oh, probably John. Yeah, yeah, I thought so. It's just John. It's just resting face alone just shows how grumpy he is sometimes. Ooh. Probably Tika. We have a lot of good chats with Tika, and she's always been really kind to me. Oh, probably Sam. Just because of how much easy to talk to each other. You're like, we got a little bond going on right there. Probably Cade. Yeah, I feel like he just absolutely destroyed everyone, including me. Probably Max. I think I know how much time and effort he puts into his rehab and his route running and things like that. So Max. Ooh. Would I say Sam Penfold? He's definitely, and I mean, we've seen him when he's had the opportunity to touch the ball. He's done some really good things, so I definitely think so. I mean, I'm terrible when it comes to drinking anyway, so probably anyone on the team. In specific, like Lukash would be really good at just downing loads of drinks, so definitely him, just kill me. Wimro. I feel like say for like 24 hours, by like the 20th hour, you'd want to kill him. Ooh. I would say one of the D-line, but I can't think. I don't know, because there's no one I love the competition. I love going against everyone. I think maybe Fossey, because I feel like he goes into it with the same mentality as I do, is that we're both giving 100% and that we're both going to fucking smash each other. So probably Fossey. Baffer's inability to schedule or do anything right. Happiness. Unity. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. No, I love Homer. I love him so much. Again, Homer's someone that I've come through with youth with. So, I don't know. Role model, because I've been around him a lot. Damn, I don't really think. I mean, as soon as I started playing American football, that's when I kind of realised what I wanted to do in life, which was to play in the NFL. I think a lot of people would probably say that. As a kid, it's probably when I was about 5, build Lego, a professional Lego builder. But now it's obviously playing the NFL and coach as a strength and conditioning coach. Oof. Trying to think of the place that I went to. Oh, that's it. For food, it has to be a salt and pepper. I think that's what it's called. Oh, it's so good. Oh, I miss going there so much. Well, Manchester. That's all. I don't know. So, bag goes in, water goes in, sugar oh wait, no. Bag in, sugar in, water in, bag out, milk in. Yeah, so ahead of this play, I mean, I already knew the direction I was running in. Obviously, originally it was going to be in kind of an inside run anyway, rather than going outside. But with that kind of motion, we knew that was going to cause the defense to shift the way it did. However, on this, you see Lukash coming through, and he wasn't able to kind of get the inside where I was originally going to be wanting to go. But instead, he did a really good job and was able to seal the edge for me. And yeah, again, you see Fresh there coming in for that backer. And at this point, I'd watched a lot of film, and especially on number 2, I knew how low he tackled. And so going into that play, kind of going into the game, I was like, in my head, I was like, there's going to be a couple players who I will hurdle, just because it would be better for me to hurdle than like try and approach him, going low. But when it happened, I saw number 2 and I was like, I'm just going to have a leap of faith and jump, because in my head, I'm like, well, I know he's going to tackle me low. And I just jumped and he went underneath me. And honestly, it was just a big leap of faith. I was praying. I was like, please don't hit my leg so I don't flip in the air. But yeah, it didn't really settle in either. Like after I did it, I think I was very locked in. So even after that, I was like, get on with it. We move next play. I don't care. Yeah, so my other choices, George's interception to seal the win. I'm just kind of in the moment watching it again. That's when we knew. I was just like stood there in shock. I was like, we've done it. I think kind of as people know London for who they are, they know they can be a team who can work back in these late fourth quarters. He can score some points and kind of turn the tide of the game. And as soon as he intercepted that, we were like, we've won. It's game over. And it was just there. I remember I was just sat there with Fresh and Mac. It wasn't Mac. It was but we were just there watching it, and it was like we knew we'd won. And I felt, and there was at a time I just felt so happy for George, because I know obviously he went from that receiver position, he went and moved to safety, and I can imagine how big that was for him as well. But yeah, it's so weird watching it back, because everyone doubted us. Everyone was on, especially when I watched back the game, you hear the commentator and kind of everyone's prediction was London. Not many people gave us like a shred of ounce of they're going to do it. And I didn't expect that, because from the start of the season, we all talked about we were going to win. So there was never a part in my mind or in my head that I thought other people thought we weren't going to win. So I was going back and watching that when they were like, everyone bigging up London. I was like, that's just a bit bizarre because we never had an idea that they were going to win anyway. Yeah, I can't remember specifically what the play call was for this run. Um, However, I'm sorry, it's like watching it. Yeah, I think I just hit the gap. I don't know what caused me to jump through there. I think my body just took over naturally. But yeah, just look at the O-line. Such a good job of like sealing guys off. It's beautiful. And at this point, I'm just kind of trying to pull my legs as much as possible. I'm hoping to get in the end zone. Yeah, they just took on that block so well. They just opened it up for me. It's amazing. Because at this point, Bristol had scored a few points. It was getting closer and closer, more than we would have liked it to be. And it was kind of the play that kind of set up the freshers scoring the 2 point that really sealed the game. So the reason it was so important for me was like, I've just been put in, it's fourth quarter, and they expect me to do what I do and either score or help us score. And yeah, for me to kind of on a run play like that where the defense are hesitant of it, and I was now able to get down to the kind of the 1 yard line, and it just set up the freshest touchdown. That's why I think it's so important. That kind of as well kind of helped seal that game out. Craig's block as well. It was a bit annoying that I couldn't score on this. I was just kind of pumping and driving my legs. Yeah, in there. But that's what I love about our team as well. It's happening in Bristol and London. It was as soon as you get tackled, everyone was on you, helping you straight back up.
Knowing that I'm going to get some traffic and just putting my foot in the ground to push off and jump over. I was expecting one guy, but I ended up jumping over 2 guys and finding my way into the end zone.